Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am Mackenzie. My dad's mowing the lawn in the background, so there's gonna be some noise. I don't feel like waiting, and he's either gonna be loud inside or outside, so here we are. But today's video, as you can tell by the title, I am sharing some tips and tricks with you guys on how I save... Was that a doorbell? On how I save money. I have 5 tips and tricks for you guys. They're really in no particular order. I guess they're in a little bit of an order, but not really. It doesn't really matter what order you do them in. I have been really big on saving money since, I don't know, I was 15 or 16. And I got my first job because my mom made me open a savings account the second I got a job. My mom is in banking. Yeah, so that's why. But, it's stuck with me my entire life. I'm now almost 24 and still building that savings account. So I really do just want to share some tips and tricks with you guys. I've had a couple of my friends ask me to do this video. I've had some people on Twitter ask me to do this video. Now when I say tips and tricks on saving money, they are not going to be don't do anything. I hate watching videos that's just like, if you want to save money, don't do anything. Don't go out to eat with your friends. Don't go to concerts. I'm a huge concert goer with my friends, traveling for concerts, traveling in general. So that is nowhere along the lines of where this video is going. I don't want anyone to think that in order to save any money you can't do stuff in life that makes you happy, because that would suck, and that does suck. So I have 5 ways that I save money and build my savings account at the same time that I enjoy time with friends and I travel and I go to concerts. So it is possible to do both. So, number 1, create a budget. Have some sort of budget that, I have a list, just FYI, otherwise I would ramble into tomorrow. Create a budget that that designates how much money goes to your bills, goes to pleasure, which is hanging out with your friends, going to concerts, going out to dinner, and to your savings account. You look at your paycheck that you get, however often you get it. You know your bills that are going to be coming in for that month, whether it's student loan payments, car insurance, phone payments. Whatever the bills are, you know what you have to pay monthly, and you know what your paycheck is, let's say weekly. I get paid weekly, and every week I leave a chunk in my checking account that I know is where my bills come out of. I have a lot of my bills just automatically come out of my account, so I leave a certain amount in my checking account for my bills. In my head, I don't think I have that money to spend. I don't think it's there waiting for something to do. It's there, like, it's not calculated as spending money. In my head, it's already gone, because let's say in a day or two, I know it's going to automatically be drawn out. So I just leave that in there. Then I'll leave roughly about $100-ish in my checking account for pleasure per week. Some weeks I do literally nothing with friends, or like I spend nothing on myself. So I won't add anything to my checking account the next paycheck. Everything that would typically go to replenish my pleasure money now goes directly to savings if I didn't use any. If I used it, I replenish back to $100 and put everything else in my savings. It's pretty hard. I feel like I need to draw a diagram. Okay, number 2. I would suggest getting a credit card. They're not for everybody, so if you know yourself and you know it's just gonna put you in more debt, maybe not. But it's not a necessity in life. It definitely helps in the process of buying big purchases when your credit needs to be run, but you don't need it if you know that it's just gonna it makes a lot of people feel like they have money that they don't, which is another one of my steps. But pay off the credit card monthly. Don't let it earn interest that you then are going to have to also pay. Which brings me to number 3, avoid spending money you don't have. Like I just stated, a lot of people think, credit cards make a lot of people think that, let's say you have a $5,000 credit limit, you think, okay, I can spend $5,000 because I have a $5,000 credit limit, but you really don't have $5,000. This company is just gonna loan you $5,000 and then you have to pay them back. Meanwhile, you have like, sure, you have a little bit of time with no interest on credit cards, but after a while they usually have interest. So now you have $5,000 that you owe to these people and it's earning interest, so it's gonna be more than $5,000 in the long run. It's just not a fun time. So put, what did I say, 2 and 3? Put number 2 and 3 together. Avoid spending money you don't have. I usually put big purchases on my credit card because use the rewards that your credit card comes with, whether it's points that can get you gift cards or airplane miles. I have cash back. So I put my big purchases on my credit card so I get that cash back. But the most important thing is I have the actual cash in my whatever checking account, savings account, to then throw to the credit card so the credit card is back down to 0, and when I get the cash back, I put it right back in my account. So, for example, I just bought a car. My down payment on the car was $3,000. I put that on my credit card to get the cash back from the $3,000. I then threw over $3,000 from my checking account, so my credit card's now at 0, and that $3,000 was not earning interest. Then when I got that statement for the month, the cash back that I got for putting $3,000 on the credit card, I threw right back into my checking account, so it was essentially less than a $3,000 payment because I got cash back. You see what I'm saying? It's like a circular, you pay it, you get cash back goes back to your account, so like, you know. So those two are huge. Pay off your credit card every month because you really do not want to be paying the interest. It's stupid. Like, you're paying more than what you actually paid for to begin with. But like I said, utilize the rewards that your credit cards give you. So I'm not saying don't use credit cards. I'm not saying don't put a huge amount of money on your credit cards. Just use your credit cards. In my head, my credit card's just another like debit card for me. If I can't immediately pay it off, and I start freaking out, unless it's a necessity and I don't have enough money in my account to actually get it. When I say necessity, I mean like emergency, not like shoes or a purse or something, okay? Do you see what I'm saying? Number 4, boost your income in any way that you can. I currently have a full-time job and I sell a lot of my stuff on Poshmark and Mercari. I know some people that babysit on the side, people that work full-time jobs and then have 1 or 2 part-time jobs. Boost your income as much as you can. I don't have the energy to work a full-time job and then go do a part-time job at night. Some people do, not for me. So I go through my closet probably once a month and post stuff that I really don't wear to sell, and when I sell it, boom, I get the money. It's not a lot of income. I'm not saying boost your income like ×2, just a little bit of money. Anything that I make from Poshmark and Mercari, however you say it, goes straight to my checking account. I don't deposit Poshmark or Mercari every week. It's not a weekly paycheck for me. It's just every so often a little bit of extra money to figure out what I want to do with. Number 5, which I think is the most important one next to having a budget, and it's the least fun one, but define what you need and define what you want and stick with it. That's probably my biggest piece of advice, is to not splurge on things that you don't need. And it took me a while to figure that out. Those are my 5 tips and tricks on how to save. I think they're all pretty self-explanatory, pretty important, but ones that you don't really get told by people. When I opened my credit card, nobody ever really told me, hey, you don't actually have $5,000 to spend. And when did I get my credit card? 19 or 20. I was just like, woo! Like, it's going through. I want it, so here we go. And I feel like a lot of things you do have to learn yourself and learn the hard way, which is literally how I learned all of these 5 tips and tricks, was because I didn't do them for a minute and then realized I should do that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped a little bit. If you have any additional tips and tricks that you've been doing that you really find help you and are really helpful that I didn't mention, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to try some out. I am always down for saving more money. So if I didn't mention one that you do and is super helpful to you, please comment it. I will be posting a lot of more tips and tricks videos, not necessarily about money, just about life in general, about college, about jobs, about everything. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, leave a comment for some tips and tricks for me to try. And I'll see you next time.